I think that a number of the airplanes they delivered in March and in February were probably out of inventory that were already built. So what I'm getting back to is what the real build rate is. I've heard numbers in the 20s-ish. Where they want to be, they should be at 38, and they right now a month in the 737, breaking to 42, near the end of the year, had they not had this problem with the panel blowout on the Alaska Airlines. So what I think we heard from the CFO at the Bank of America event, conference earlier this quarter, and 1Q, was that they want to be at 38 by the end of the year. Look, around 38, I think they were doing okay financially. They need to be breaking up into the 40s and 50s. That's going to make them a lot more healthy. That's going to make their supplier base a lot healthier. Spirit couldn't really survive down at that 30-ish, 38 level of build rate. So again, I think where they want to be is up in the 40s and 50s, where Airbus is. Airbus is getting ready to break into the 50s and 60s. They want to be up there, but from a 50 rate, I think they're a year and a half away at least right now.
And of course, Airbus has just been riding this whole Boeing disaster wave quite nicely to their benefit. So going well for our friends abroad over there. But you started off, George, by saying that, there's not a whole lot to go off of here, that of course, Boeing didn't provide earnings guidance for the year. We've got some management changes coming up sometime within the year. We know that CEO Dave Calhoun is going to step down by the end of 2024. Do you think we'll get a little bit more guidance on that on the earnings call?
Not sure, right? I think that if we knew something about the next CEO, I think they probably would have even told us before the earnings call. That's such a huge overhang on this company right now, right? And I imagine, we got this announcement. It seems like we move in dog years here at Boeing, right? One day is like 7 anymore. I don't know. I think we got this a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. I imagine there's a lot of work going on the search right now, and feeling out constituents as to whether or not the folks they identify are the right people. So, and I think as soon as they know that they have someone in place, they'd announce it, because again, it's such a huge overhang. I think they need to get someone in place, and they need to have their plan fleshed out and bring that to the marketplace as soon as possible. I think that's going to create, again, a lot more comfort with investors. So I don't think they would hold that back. And I don't think that Dave Calhoun is going to be the one that's going to announce it either. And so I don't think anybody on the call would be a person announcing it, but I could be wrong. But again, I don't know that they're anywhere on that right now, and that's super important.
Hey, George, Boeing's customers, the big airlines, what are their needs these days? Do they need more aircraft? Like if Boeing was at 50 or 60% production, would there be demand there for that?
They need more, faster, as soon as possible, I guess. Look, I think if you take United as one of the core customers, there's a demand to fleet refresh around the world, right? The new MAX is 15-20% more efficient than the old 737 or the A320. Airlines want that efficiency as soon as possible in their fleets. The market, I think, is looking fairly competitive. It may not, this summer may be a little bit less competitive than we expected, given Boeing's problems and some of the geared turbofan problems at Raytheon that knocked some airplanes out of service. But fuel's rising. Airlines want to be very competitive. They need the most fuel-efficient aircraft, so they want them as soon as possible. And like in United's case, almost everybody is increasing size, right? Size of aircraft are rising because pilots got 20% plus, wage increases. You got to find a way to drive down costs. One of the things we heard out of JetBlue yesterday, they're looking for ways to drive down costs. One of the things you always do is increase aircraft size, and therefore you're flying more passengers for the same, cost of that pilot up front. That helps you improve efficiencies. They all want it. So they're all trying to find bigger aircraft to fly with more seats. And so, yes, airlines want airplanes as soon as possible. If you're a Boeing customer, what also really ticks you off is you look across the street at the folks flying the Airbus airplane, and they probably have little to no interruption this summer in their schedules. You're worried about what deliveries you're going to get and your ability to fly your schedule, and that hurts if you're the Boeing customer, right? The Airbus customers are smiling.